Hi, my name is Rick Nelson. I grew up in Langley, BC. I come from a good house, good home. Both parents worked hard. Brothers and sisters all worked hard. I myself got into the biker lifestyle. I built my first Harley when I was 20, and then I just fell into the biker lifestyle and got into the drugs. And I used to do collections. I used to beat people up, you know, I used to steal money, I used to steal drugs, I used to collect money, I used to collect drugs from dealers. I had fooled myself into believing that using fear and intimidation was the way to live, you know. In 2000, I was shot, and a bunch of other stuff happened when I was shot, and then I ended up going to prison. I ended up on the gang unit in Edmonton Remand, and a lot of my self-confidence was built on how big I was, and you know, how tough I was, and you know, what I was capable of doing to other people. And yeah, so when I lost my arm, I didn't have that anymore. So from losing my arm till, you know, I don't know, going to prison, and then having to deal with people in a different manner, not being able to fight, not being able to punch somebody out when they pissed me off, or deal with them in a violent manner. I now had to use, you know, be able to talk to them, be able to rationalize instead of just using violence right away. Anyhow, so I give my life to God, and He just changed my heart. It was amazing, you know, because usually, yeah, jail is a lonely place. Jail is a place where people, you know, they're commit suicide or whatever. Even when, you know, when I was in jail, I was very content. You know, I was young in my faith with Christ. It was awesome, I guess is the word I can use. I'd say when I got out and I hit the streets, that's when it became a little harder, because I didn't have the consistency of going to church every Sunday like in jail. You know, I didn't have fellow Christians who I had living right beside me. So I'd slip, you know, I'd fallen, I'd gotten back into the drugs. I started getting, not really back into any violence or any of that, but just I started using drugs and hanging out with the old crowd. And then I just, you know, I was into it for about a month, and I said, you know, this is enough. You know, I've given my life to God, I want more. And I think God, you know, kept softening my heart, and I just quit. And I came to Kelowna, and I gave, you know, I wanted to get into a Christian-based program for recovery. And that's when I went to the Kelowna Gospel Mission, and I got into there, and that's when I met, you know, Metro on Saturday nights. We started doing Metro there, and it just took off from there. You know, my faith has just, it's just exploded since I've been with Metro, you know. I would say since going to the Gospel Mission, getting involved in Metro, I have just non-stop been giving my life to the Lord every day. If I had the choice of having both arms and being back in my lifestyle I was in, or one arm and being in this lifestyle, I would choose this lifestyle with one arm any day. I take care of people who can't afford to drive or can't afford to pay somebody to move their stuff, so myself and some other guys will help them move. And yeah, it's great. It's a great job. It's nice helping other people. It's rewarding. It's giving back, you know, to God. And yeah, but that doesn't end there. I'm constantly helping in ways of shopping, talking to people, you know, helping people through difficult times, stuff like that. friendships that I have at Metro are, just a really big part of my life because they allow me to just stay in touch with fellow Christians and to, walk with fellow Christians and just to remind myself of, where I was, watching other people falling into addiction and drug dealing. And it's just nice to try and help people, and I'm sure that we help a lot of people. For the days when I'm struggling and I'm going through difficult memories, I guess, of my past, of what I've done to people, how I've hurt people, I just pray, and I just give thanks to God, and I also talk to, my brothers and sisters, and it's nice to be able to be an asset to society and not a liability, whereas before I was, right, just a pain in the ass to other people.